Lauren calling from Yellowstone National Park's film program.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, I am calling because I saw that you might be shooting some video in Yellowstone.
Oh, off and on, sure.
Okay. So I know that you're shooting photography as well, but if you shoot video, you need to have a film permit.
Not if I don't use it as, not if I'm a recreational videographer, and that's what I am. I don't charge for anything.
Right, but you do have it on your website?
Yeah, probably.
That's what I thought. So if
there's
you're
nothing
using it...
There's nothing for sale on my website. I do not solicit for sales for video whatsoever. I do it recreational, and I only video shoot when I can't still. I just do it for fun. I don't do it for profit.
Okay.
Ever.
Well, do you sell your prints?
I think I made $45 last year.
Okay. Well, regardless of what you make, and regardless of if you sell your video, if you have your videos on a professional site, you need to have a film permit.
A professional site. There's nothing. There's nothing for sale on my website. You can't buy anything. You can't buy the stills. You can't buy anything.
Okay, but if you are, when I see a website like this, if someone were to contact you for a video file, you're promoting your videos on more than a personal, Facebook site?
I don't see anywhere on my website where it says contact me for information on my videos.
Okay, but you do sell your photographs.
Not really, no.
Okay, but you do. You've made money off your photographs, and if you're using video on your website, then it's a promotional tool for your photographs.
No. That's incorrect.
No, well, that's what we consider to be a commercial use of video.
That's how you try to control the people, but this is the United States of America. I go by the Constitution. I have every right to do that. I'm not selling anything. I'm not promoting me to sell anything.
Well,
you can't buy it. You can't not buy any of my video. You mean I can't go to the park and enjoy the park and videotape it, period?
If you're going to be selling, if you're going to be using...
Just because it looks nice? Or is this maybe retribution because I made a post here a couple of weeks ago and all of a sudden you contact me? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a retribution for a personal attack on me for me speaking out my piece against the park about certain things that I don't like. I mean, I'm sorry if I do that, but I don't really, I don't see where I've already contacted an attorney, and he doesn't seem to think I'm doing anything as far as sales for video.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So I have no idea what you posted on a website or a Facebook site or whatever. I don't have any idea what you're talking about in that regard. I've been contacted by law enforcement that's out in the field who try to keep me up to date on people who might be filming. So I went to your website.
I know about 5,000 people that you're going to be pretty busy because I know at least 5,000 people that have websites with Yellowstone photographers.
Oh, I'm very busy. Sir,
I'm really glad that my tax money goes to somebody that just looks around.
Your tax money doesn't go to paying me.
All right.
Your tax money doesn't go to paying me, okay? I work with a film program.
You're a fellow photographer. You graduated from Montana State University.
Sorry, say that again?
You graduated from MSU and with a degree in photography, correct?
I did. And how do you know that?
I know everything about the park. I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm a 23-year retired law enforcement officer. I got your message, and I wanted to see, and I didn't know who you were. So I thought, well, I don't know who this person is. I don't know why they would be contacting me. I mean, I'm not out there making millions of dollars like you guys obviously think that we're making millions of dollars, and we're not. I don't know one of my friends that makes full-time living doing photography. I mean, I don't know anybody that makes any money.
Okay. So
maybe Mangelsson. I guess Mangelson's a friend of mine. He makes money. But for the most part, they can't even barely afford their gas, and neither can I, to be honest with you.
And I understand that, but with the commercial photographers and filmers in the park, you need to have a permit to be videoing. And if you're using that, sir, do you want me to have a law enforcement officer call you instead of myself?
Yeah. Why don't you have Brad Ross call me, or maybe?
Okay. Sure. I will. If you are having.
Have Brad Ross call me.
If you don't want to listen to me and proposal on the...
I understand, but I'm not selling anything. I'm not. I understand what you're saying.
But you've sold your photography, and you're using your videos on a professional website, and that's what constitutes needing a permit in our program.
What constitutes professional? I made it myself. It looks nice. I don't want to look like crap. I have no place that I formally sell any of my photos. I don't understand where you're coming from. I'm just trying to be an American, trying to enjoy Yellowstone National Park. I'm very outspoken about the park.
That's why I've contacted you and asked you if you do sell your photography, you can't have your videos on a page that promotes your photography. That's where you need a film permit.
Okay, well, I don't sell anything from that. I don't, you know what I sold? I sold a picture of an owl to a friend of mine. And he wanted to pay me $45 because that's what it costs for the print.
So if someone saw your website and wanted to purchase a video from you, you would say no? Yeah, well, I mean, what am I going to do? I've worked with professional videographers before, but not with Yellowstone stuff. No, I'm not. I'm not in it for the buck. If I was, I've been doing it for 20 years. If I was, I would have a lot more sales than I would ever had. I don't think I've made $1,000 in 25 years. Period. Well, and how much you make is besides the point. If you have intentions, or if you are open to the fact of selling your videography or your photography, you can't have your videos on that website.
I can't put them on.
And if you'd like me to have someone else call you about it,
yeah, I want Brad Ross.
That happens to be law enforcement that you'll listen to, then fine.
I do. I want to talk.
I can do that.
Yeah, I do. I want Brad Ross. I've talked to Kerry Gunther. He has my phone number as well. But yeah, I would definitely like to talk to Brad Ross. I mean, I don't know.
Well, Brad Ross isn't who I work with directly. I can have one of the people in the Chief Ranger's office to call you.
Yeah, that's a waste of time. No, I understand what you're saying, and I don't feel like I'm violating anything. I will consult with an attorney for sure about this.
Okay. And I can send you our film and photography guidelines.
I've already read those before. That's why I don't have a permit, because I don't fit in any of those guidelines, because I'm not working for anybody. I'm not commercial. I'm recreational.
Okay.
Someday I might, and then if I do, then I will definitely buy a permit. I promise you. But until that day comes where I'm out there flat out selling stuff openly, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't understand why.
Because I've been directed to your website by law enforcement officers who believe that you were maybe filming commercially, and that's how I found your name. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of them that don't like me, so that doesn't surprise me. I'm very outspoken.
But regardless, I'm trying to be everywhere at once, and like you said, I can't spend all of my time trying to find people and educating people on whether they need a permit or not.
Well, I totally understand. If I was on contract for any company whatsoever, I would definitely have a lawful permit. There's no doubt about it.
And it's not about contract. I do have about 50 people who have permits who don't know if they're going to sell anything.
Right.
And they're just shooting stock footage, and so if you get the shot of a lifetime and you want to sell it, you can't because you don't have a permit.
Right.
And an annual film permit costs $200 for a year, and it's really a small price to pay if you want that to be an option for you.
Well, I totally understand that.
And that $200 basically covers my time in processing that and going over the regulations, but that's just something to think about if you do want to have a permit, or if you do want to be able to utilize that time if you're here a lot. We also go ahead and, if you choose to, we'll put your name and your website on our website, so that all of our stock permit holders have an option of being on our website, so that I can direct film crews that come into the park that aren't able to get the footage that they're wanting. They can go and look at that site and contact people on that site. So
that makes it work, and I'm not in it for work. I'm retired law enforcement. I don't really need to make money doing it. That's just a lot of work.
Okay. Well,
by the way, that website hasn't been updated in over 2 years. I
Your website?
I forget it's even there. I don't even use it. Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't.
Okay.
There's nothing new on it. It's all, if you look, everything's 2011.
Okay.
I haven't put a single photo on there.
Okay. Well, it's just something to think about. I do get people who, you know, try to you know, make sure that I'm aware of what's going on in the park since they can't be everywhere, and so that's how I found your name. But yeah, I'll be in touch as I feel like we need to have further communication.
Well,
but otherwise, what's that?
I'm gonna keep going to the park and enjoying things and doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop.
And that's fine, and I want you to be able to go and take video for yourself, but from my perspective, I'm looking at your website, and when I see video files and audio files and photos, that all looks like stuff that you're wanting to sell.
Oh, I see. I don't know.
Can you see that from my perspective?
No, because I don't see myself as a threat. I just don't see myself as a threat.
You're not a threat. I'm just saying that if you...
I don't know who I'm hurting here. I guess I'm confused. Does the government hurt that I'm doing? I don't know.
I'm saying if you're working commercially in the park, whether you think you're going to sell something or not, you need to have a permit to be doing so.
I understand that. I've been doing it for 20 years, and nobody's ever called me before because I've never really done anything to try to sell anything.
Well, and I have a different take on the program in the last 3 years, and I'm trying to get the word out there, and so maybe you haven't heard about it before, or maybe you haven't been contacted before.
I know all about it. I'm quite aware of it. I thought I was always working within the bounds of that. I didn't realize that somebody was going to get their feelings hurt. I'm sorry.